Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the Benton County Sheriff will not face investigation over hundreds of rounds of county-owned ammunition found at his home. We'll hear from a county commissioner up next.
And after strong winds around the area yesterday, will we see improvements for your Wednesday? I'll have your forecast. It's coming up.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Carissa Lemko filling in for Monica Petrozelli this morning. And like Kristen mentioned, some strong winds yesterday, but it sounds like it's going to be a little calmer today, right?
It is. It's still going to be a little bit breezy, but a lot of improvements compared to winds yesterday, 45 to 50 miles per hour. So we'll take those improvements. Let's give you a live look. Still no sun yet. The sunrise right around 7:12 this morning. So we have another half hour, 40 minutes until that sun comes up. But we are going to see again those improvements and some sunshine around the area. Let's get you over to some of those winds. At least around the Yakima Valley this morning, starting off between 5 to 10, but still picking up a bit around the Tri-Cities up to 15, and then a 14-mile-per-hour wind for Hermiston and Pendleton. Gusts at times today could be up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. And temperatures 52 for the Tri-Cities, down to about 47 Prosser, 51 in Yakima. On our chilly spot, Cle Elum, you're at 37. So for the most part, we're going to stay dry today. Some sunshine this morning, maybe a few afternoon clouds. So there's your Wednesday forecast with 64 at lunchtime. And again, a little bit of a cooler afternoon at 68 degrees. So could we see any more wind or rain as we head into the upcoming weekend? I'll have that full forecast, Carissa. It's all coming up.
Well, a happy follow-up this morning to a scary situation. A Yakima woman missing for more than 24 hours in the woods northwest of Natchez was found alive yesterday. 24-year-old Sydney Karn had been missing since Monday when she reportedly jumped into the Natchez River, swam to the other side, and then took off. Searchers spotted her yesterday evening on a nearby mountainside as the sun began to set. She was suffering from hypothermia and was transported to a nearby hospital for medical care. Last night, Kennewick police were able to help a man having a mental health crisis. Kennewick officers responded to 4th in Vancouver for a man who appeared agitated. He was swinging this baseball bat, trying to open the door of a car stopped at the traffic light. After calming him down, it was determined that he was having some kind of mental health crisis. So he was taken to the local hospital for evaluation. The Washington State Patrol has decided to not investigate Benton County Sheriff Jerry Hatcher. County commissioners made that request that officials begin a criminal investigation on the over 14,000 rounds of county-owned ammo in his home. Now, Sheriff Hatcher maintains there's no need for a criminal investigation, but County Commissioner Jerome Delvin says they aren't backing down.
Yeah, the bottom line, no one wants to do it, but it should be criminally investigated. State Patrol said no, the Kennewick should do it, since it's their jurisdiction, and the Attorney General said, I will prosecute it if your prosecutor asks me to after a criminal investigation.
Commissioner Delvin says their next step is to submit a letter to Kennewick Police Chief Foenberg urging him to investigate the sheriff. Meanwhile, Sheriff Hatcher says for a criminal investigation, you need proof of negligence or intent, and he says in this case, there is neither. Well, a lot of people online shopping this week with Amazon Prime Day and those other events going on, and a lot will probably be online shopping this holiday season, but you are not going to be the only one looking out for packages after you order them. Check out this security camera footage from someone in Zillah. You just saw it there a second ago. You'll see it again in a second. You can see a Porch Pirate's white car in that video out front of a house, and then he jumps out of the car and runs up to steal a package right off the front porch. Here it is again. This happened just last week. Now, Lieutenant Clem, a PIO with the Kennewick Police Department, says this happens, unfortunately, a lot more often than you'd think.
Anything that you can do to alleviate leaving a package sitting on your porch is the best. We also recommend that you make friends with your neighbors. You know, there's people homes at different hours of the day, and we can all look out for each other.
More ways to stay safe are tracking your packages to know when exactly they're getting delivered and getting a lockbox that delivery drivers can store your orders in. Sometimes I have things sent to work instead of my home. If you have been a victim of Porch Pirate theft or want to learn more, you can visit our website, actrinews.com. The Supreme Court is allowing the Trump administration to end the census count early. A federal judge has extended the census deadline, or had, because of the pandemic, but the Trump administration asked the Supreme Court to overturn that decision. They want the count finished now so that the Census Bureau can process the numbers and determine how many seats each state gets in Congress before the next inauguration. The decision will stand while an appeal plays out in lower courts. Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett spent a long day and evening responding to a tough round of questioning at her Senate confirmation hearings. During her first day yesterday, Democrats asked Barrett about hot-button issues, including the Affordable Care Act, Roe v. Wade, and even the upcoming election, should the Supreme Court have to weigh in. Barrett, however, stood firm on her refusal to indicate how she might judge these cases, citing the Ginsburg rule and declining to give her opinion on hypothetical cases. The committee reconvenes today, the third day underway right now. Senators will each be given 20 minutes for their second round of questioning. All right, this is incredible. An Illinois woman gave birth in the middle of her bar exam. Loyola University School of Law grad Brianna Hill says the pandemic pushed her bar exam date closer to her due date. The virtual test has 4 90-minute sections that students take over 2 days. And after the first part, Hill says her water broke. Now, her midwife said she did not have to go to the hospital right away, so she's like, hey, I'll just finish the second part of the test.
What?
And then that night she delivered this baby boy. And the next day she finished her bar exam from the hospital. She hasn't received her bar exam results.
Oh my goodness.
With that kind of, work ethic and drive,
Right?
I'm sure she will have the jobs lined up.
But the fact that her water broke and then she's still okay to finish part of the test.
That's incredible. I mean, giving birth is incredible.
I really want to know if she actually passed.
I know.
I really hope she did.
That's crazy. Hats off to you, girl. That's amazing. All right, let's take a quick break here on Good Morning Northwest. But before we do, let's take a live look outside, everyone.
Starting to see a little bit of some
There it
daylight
is.
out there. Looking a little bit better, but sunrise not until just after 7 o'clock this morning. Improvements also on the winds for our winds today. More details.